Alright, I just wanted to make a video of everything that I have done so far to my car, and we'll just get underneath here real quick. I had my mufflers cut out. I had Magnaflows in when I bought the car. Had those cut out just to make it loud. I got some Ibach springs. Got those on eBay for an amazing deal. I think it was like $170 shipped, brand new. I don't really like them. I like my car to sit lower than what it is, but I just feel it's too low. I'm not a huge fan of it. Bought these shocks off eBay as well. They're called Stag. Probably some Chinese brand. I have no idea. But they work really well. I've got about 15,000 miles on them so far and no issues. I have the rear diff bushing. Can't see it in there though. Can't really tell if it's helped with wheel hop, but I have it in there. Yeah, I guess you can see from here. I've got the energy suspension subframe bushings in there. Again, I can't tell if it actually did anything or not, but they're in there. Eventually I want to have these clamps cut out and have a full V-banded exhaust. I can't tell if I want to go to full 3-inch or if I just want to say it's 2.5. But eventually I do want to have all the exhaust V-banded because, as you can see, I do have leaks. That's cranked down tight. I've tried to move it around, crank it down tight again. The leaks just come back. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that, but I guess just have it V-banded. The wheels, I'm not a huge fan of these. These came with the car. Gotta forget what brand they were. I was able to track them down. They're decent, I guess, but I don't know. I just really don't like the blue, and I don't like the spokes. I'm just not a huge fan of all that. As you can see, the car sits pretty low. Because of the rear sag that's been prone for these cars, I thought this would actually help, because when I measured, it looked like they would actually raise the rear of the car up a 1/2 inch, and it actually lowered it about 1/4 of an inch lower than what it was. So that's why I wasn't real happy with the drop. Really nothing else back here. Haven't really done anything inside the car. I have a Hurst shifter with a luge short shaft, I think is what it's called. I still have the stock shifter though, and it sucks. I hate it, but it's just on the list of things to buy. I don't know how anybody else's GTO is, but the thing that holds the carpet, that was broken when I bought the car, and I actually got these from a Toyota, I think 4Runner, sells them, and it fit perfect. They dropped right in. Had absolutely no issue with them whatsoever, and it was like $1.38 or $1.78, something like that for both of them. So that was a really good deal. Like I said, nothing really inside the car. It's dirty. Alright. I got a solid front disc brakes. I didn't get vented or drilled and slotted. I just hear that those tend to crack under high heat, and that would be very bad to do that, especially whenever you're just coming off a run and you're doing like 120, 130 or something, and you need to stop pretty hard. It would make that really difficult. I got composite brakes. Yeah, that's really all I did up here. And that seems to me that it's fixed my my brake fade that I had really bad with the brakes that came on it when I bought the car. I wouldn't be going that fast, but I would need to brake, and it would just be like instant brake fade, and I hated it. Got Falcon wheels that came with the car. 235s in the front, 235s in the rear. They're tiny little tires. Not real happy with these either. I'm thinking about getting some Nitto. I think they're Nitto drag radials. And I got Stag shocks up front. I also did the front. Somebody's Facebooking me. I got the front radius rod bushings. I fixed those. When I bought the car, those were completely toast. They're done. It sucked to drive the car. But I replaced those. Car is fantastic now. I also have a BMR aluminum skid plate. Bought that on eBay. It was a great deal. I think it was $60 shipped. So went ahead and got those. Got new strut tower bushings. Can't see those, but got those. Alright, now under the hood. Car came with K&N intake. Not too happy about it. I don't know. They say cold air intake. It's just really just where do you want to move it for sucking in hot air. So, but anyway, whatever. I came with the car. I have Cooks, 1 7/8 8" headers and 3" catless mids. I really like these headers. I got them instead of the 3/4, the 1 3/4. I got these because eventually I would like to get a stroker kit in here and get to like 402 cubic inches. MSD plugs, not real special there. Those again are eBay special. I forget how much I paid for those, but I don't think it's anything over $50. Brand new. I have PRC. I don't know if you can see but PRC 2.5 243s, which is the stock head. I just had them CNC port them. I'm really happy with those. I think it was $1,200 or $1,400 to have them ported, but you got springs, retainers, locks, seals, 2.02" intake valves. So I'm really happy with them. They made pretty good power. I also have a Torker V2 from Texas Speed cam on here. Car made 460, 420 to the wheels. Really happy about that. It sounds awesome. I love driving it. Makes lots of power. Pulls really hard. It's just a lot of fun. Some little things I did in here. One of them, I got a Still Brady fuel line. I read online that those have been known to crack and pour fuel all over your motor and catch it on fire and burn your car down. So instead of just pulling off the fuel rail covers and getting rid of those, I guess I'm one of the few that actually likes the look of the covers versus not having them on there. So I went ahead and just got the Still Braided line and called it a day. I've got a catch can. Honestly, I forget what that was. I think something engineering. I don't know. I think it was like $100, and again on eBay. Bought that. It's actually working really well. I empty it every time I do an oil change. I guess that's really about it. I've got all brand new valve train, got new lifters. I did trunnion upgrade on my rockers, push rods. While I was doing the cam, I was going to do a new oil pump and timing chain, but I just couldn't get to a couple bolts that were holding the oil pan on there to drop it. About 1/2 to 1 inch to be able to get to the bolt that's holding the intake or the pickup tube on the oil pump. Couldn't get that off, so I was like, well, screw it. I'll just leave it on there, and I'll probably change it out whenever this car hits about 80,000 miles, which I think it's at 68 right now, 68, 70,000 miles, something like that. I also have a 25% underdrive pulley. I think it's a power bond. Got that from Texas Speed. You know, I don't know. I guess it's worth it. I guess whenever I have full bolt on, you know, it'll be worth it. But I don't know if it was worth the $200 something I spent on it just for, I think, around, I don't know, 5-10 horsepower. I don't know if that was worth it, but I got it, so whatever. It's staying on the car. Really, I think that's about it. Can't really think of anything else that I've done, except for, you know, a couple maintenance things, like I got new lifts for the front, for the trunk, and for the hood. I got, you know, just, you know, change oil, you know, the usual. I use K&N. I don't know if you can see it down there, but I use K&N. Not really from brand loyalty, but just because it has the nut that I can use to screw off the filter. I just find that really convenient, and that's why I buy it. It's a good filter, but it's just, I don't know, everybody talks about Mobil 1, but I like it. So, and I've had it on my old cars. It all seems to work, so I keep getting it. But future things I'm going to do, hopefully here in the next couple months, I'll have an aftermarket intake. I'm really leaning towards MSD. Fast makes a good intake, but I don't know. I just don't want to, you know, pop the hood and, you know, everybody just naturally assumes, if you say, well, it's got aftermarket intake manifold, they'll just assume fast. So I don't know. I guess to be different, not so much that, you know, the hype is right now that it makes more power. It's just I don't want to put a fast on here and just be like everybody else. I don't know, call me hipster if you want, but I don't want to be like everybody else, I guess. I do want to get a Nick Williams throttle body. I'm going to get an over-the-radiator filter. I'm looking at one of the guys on the GTO fan page on Facebook. He makes a really nice one for a pretty good deal. I think I'm probably going to go with him. And so that'll get rid of this thing. I might get a Mishimoto radiator. I probably won't, just because the stock one works. And I do live in Texas, and it does get pretty hot here in the summer, sometimes around 110, 115, and, you know, even hotter on the asphalt, but, you know, whatever. What else? I was thinking about getting a one-piece drive shaft. People say don't get it if you want to do over 120. I don't know what that exactly means. I guess maybe vibration. And they say stick with the two-piece, but the two-piece to me is just so heavy, and the stock one is on here, and the center carrier bushing is toast. Well, I wouldn't say toast. It still works, but it's definitely on its way out. I can wiggle it pretty good, and you're not supposed to be able to do that. God, what else? I do want to get much wider tires in the back. I want to be sitting at, I think, factory without rolling the fenders. I believe you can stick a 275 back here, and that's what I want to do. But these are 18 by 8s, and the widest tire that's recommended to put it on an 8-inch wide wheel is a 255. So I don't know, 20 millimeters, if that makes a big difference or not. But like I said, I'm not a huge fan of these. Honestly, what I'd like to do, if it's possible, I haven't found out yet, but if it's possible, I'd like to get the stockers, stock 18, and then just have them widen about 1 inch to 1.5 inches, and then put those on there and just run those. I kind of like the way they look in black. I don't know, I'm just not really into wheels, so that's why I haven't really cared about these. But yeah, really, and I do want to, because I have the Magnaflows, they're sitting right up there. Eventually, I might get those welded back on, I might not. I do want to get a cutout, or, well, 2 of them, and have those put on there, so just to make it, because, driving around the neighborhood, you know, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. My neighbors right next door, they're not real thrilled about it whenever I come, you know, chop, chop, chop on up into my garage. So, but anyway, really, I think that's about it. That all I've done, any major thing. I did put new battery terminals on there, because those things were shit, but I got new battery terminals. Yeah, interior, I just want to get the LEDs swapped out to, I don't know, I was thinking maybe a blue since the car is blue, but I don't know if that's too much blue. I might think about red. I don't know. But yeah, so I also want to get injectors. I was looking at fast 46-pound injectors. I also want to get a Lingenfelter fuel pump. I've read good things about both of those. I haven't maxed out my stock ones yet, but I don't really want to have these running at like a 99% duty cycle. Not really. You know, I just don't want to push it. But anyway, that's about it. And thank you for watching.